took out his weapon, shot it up, boop, 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 boop. You know, bullets ain't got no neck, so I'm gonna feel it. I just wanna say you're mine, you're mine. I just wanna say you're mine, you're mine. Would you hurry, you're mine, you're mine. All I'm really. Hi, welcome back to 50 Flavors of Bree. I'm Bree.
And I'm Brielle.
And today we are going to be eating some lettuce wraps that I made in the other video. So check that video out if you want to know the recipe. Made by yours truly. It's steak and all the taco fixings on a lettuce wrap because I'm trying to eat clean, because I'm trying to lose weight. Pause before you say, girl, you look fine. I don't, but
she do.
She don't. But if you don't know, now you know. This is my daughter, well, my sister, my friend, but yeah, this is my daughter, and yeah, she's been rocking with me for the last 12 years, and we are
BFFs.
Period. Speaking of, so in this video, I'm going to be talking about a story time. The time I almost was I know YouTube has this weird thing where you can't say certain words, but I have a story for you guys where I was almost no longer alive, and this has been my confidant, so she's the only one that knows that story from start to finish. There is some pieces that I'm going to cut out for privacy reasons, but you guys will get the gist of the story when I explain it. So you'll know what's going on. You'll know what happened. I'm just not going to say any names. And I started eating hers. How was your day today?
It was good.
I was asleep.
That was also good.
Oh yeah, let's say Grace.
And welcome back.
So who's Grace? I'm joking.
I don't know who Grace is. I don't know if you mean Grace Farrell from Annie or
Why do you know her last name?
I don't know.
Weirdo. Okay. But before I start telling the story, I am gonna take a bite first.
This looks so good.
So make sure you hold it like a taco. Have you had this before?
Yeah.
You can take a bite. So on here we have steak, some pico, some Monterey Jack, sour cream, and salsa de verde. I'm trying to eat clean. You know, it's hard to diet, and I don't like being restricted. So this is a meat alternative. How is it?
So good. And you know the funny thing is, a lettuce could be a topping on taco, so the fact that it's wrapped in it, it's kind of like basically just it. Like, no shell needed.
That crunch was in here.
You can literally taste everything. Like, you can taste the seasoning on the steak, the pico, the cheese, sour cream, and then you got the salsa de verde. I'm anointed.
I wish I had a bot so I can be like, go give me some pepper sauce.
I'm a little robot.
I'll be substitute.
I'm gonna grab the paper towel.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
This is good.
You got all the sturdy lettuce. Mine all, bruh.
Bruh. I'm surprised this was sturdy. I only ate it first because it looked sturdy.
So let's get into the story time. So, little quick backstory. So, me and my ex-best friend, we was like best friends since like freshman year of high school, and we met in a class. I'm gonna say what class it was, but we met in class, and we just became real cool after that. Like, she came to my house, I went to her house. She actually introduced me to BW3s and buffalo chips. Yeah. It was because of her.
Wow.
And she used to eat hers with ketchup, and I was just like, exactly. And I got cheese and bacon. And then when I tried it, I was like, this would be so good with the cheese and not the bacon. It's good that way, but it's just like the bacon, it just like does a little too much. So, long story short, I was my partner. Well, I was her. We was partners in crime. Like,
So what crime did y'all commit?
I'm not gonna incriminate myself because I wasn't the driver, but she did commit a hit and run.
What? I was just joking. I didn't know you.
Where she hit a car and
I didn't know that actually happened.
kept going. But we was partners in crime. We did almost everything together. Then we fell off. It's funny. This is how close we were. We fell off. We didn't fall off. We just, you know, you just stopped talking to certain people. Not in a bad way. It's just like life happens, and you're not as close to that person as you were. So life happened, and we weren't as close. But when we picked back up, we was both pregnant. Weird. When we picked back up, you were born, but no. So when we picked back up, she was born, but her child wasn't. I'm not gonna say what the child was. I'm just gonna call it child, so we can keep identities concealed. But her birthday is October 4th, and her child's birthday is October 1st. That's how close we was.
Wow. And then y'all are friends, so that's kind of cool.
Yeah. So they didn't get a chance to celebrate birthdays together, but she was able to spend time with my ex-friend's child. Long story short, back in 2018, I purchased a new truck. I was happy about this truck. I still got this truck. It's my baby. But I bought a truck, and school had just got out like June 7th. This was like June 18th when I got the truck. And from the day school ended that year in 2018 up until that day, we had been kicking it every day. Like, we would go to work after we get off work. We would go over her house. Every single day. So this day was like no other. She was like, what you doing? I was like, I'm at the dealership. I'll call you like when I'm done. So I called her when I was done, and long story short, we ended up meeting up. She came to my house, and she's like, oh my God, you know how you get excited? Child, I gotta cut that part out. But you know how like when you get something new, you want to celebrate, like, oh my God, girl, we gotta get lit, we gotta turn up. I'm like, okay. So I drove, you know, I got the sunroof. We was just out here. What?
Really? Just breaking apart like that?
That's how my life is in shambles right now.
I just take a sip and I look over and I'm like, it's just really breaking apart like that.
This is my life right now. On a plate. Just all over the place.
Right. Life is basically on the plate. Like,
you see how perfect yours was?
Yeah.
This is an example of your life growing up and then mine. All over the place. And I'm keeping this in the video. Hi, Mom.
I don't think this one's gonna be all nice though.
But we went to celebrate. We went to this place that I have been to in the past. Like, I knew people in there, them people knew me. And let me just give you a backstory. Before we met up, she went swimming. So, you remember that part?
Mm-hmm.
Her attire going out to a bar was She had on a 2-piece swimming suit. Let me just tell y'all the type of person I am. Like, if it's hot outside, I don't like my arms and my legs being out together. It's going to be one or the other. So if I got on shorts, I'm going to have on a hoodie. I don't care if it's 90 degrees outside. I don't care if it's 120 degrees outside. I'm going to have something covering all of my arms. So I had on a hoodie and some shorts because, again, either my legs are going to be out or my arms going to be out. So if I have my arms out, I'm going to have on jeans. I always been that way. I don't like both out. That's just not the type of person I am. So she went swimming before we met up. So all she had on was a swimsuit top, the bottoms, and some short shorts, and they was open. You know how like girls on the beach like spring break. So that's what she wore to this bar. But we were sitting there talking, having drinks or whatever. I just want to let y'all know, like, when I drink, I don't drink to get drunk. Like, I will have a drink or 2 or 3, but I know my limit. I'm not going to be in a situation where I don't know what the hell going on. And heck going on, sorry. I don't want to be in a situation where I can't control my environment. I don't want to be lit. I don't want to be I don't want to be too turned up to where I'm just, like, in this bad situation. So long story short, we at the bar, sitting there just talking about life and how her day was that day, what I did that day. Just catching up because, like I said, like we have been kicking it every day up until that day. So, and then this was a place that like I frequented, but it wasn't a place where like, oh my God, let's go to the bar, because that's not the type of person I am. But when I did go out, it was that place. So we met up. Well, she came to my house. We went to the bar. We just sitting there. I already got to that part, bro. We just sitting there talking, and out the blue, these guys just kept coming up to me like, oh my God, you're so beautiful. You look natural. My hair was in a ponytail with my natural hair. Hair was in the ponytail like, oh my God, you're so beautiful. Can I buy you a drink? And I was like, no, I'm good. She actually bought this drink. And then he was like, well, let me know if you want another one. And then I never did. Then we sitting there again. Let me just say, like, we were sitting, okay, so say we sitting just like this. I was like right here. I was right here. And she was right here. And this is the bar going that way. And the men's restroom was like on this side. So guys would come around seeing us sitting here. So her back is to them. And then when they come around this corner, they could just see me talking to her. So every time they came out to the bathroom and came back, they were stopping and talking to me like, oh my God, you're just so beautiful. Like, you're just so natural. Because a lot of women are natural these days. Like, these are my natural nails. I have my natural hair. And
her nails get so long so quick. Like, when mine break off, they take like ages. But when you got her, they take like 5 seconds. Not really 5 seconds, but like they take like at least like 3 days.
And I was a chronic nail biter growing up. I had booty diggers and digging up in my booty. It don't matter if you're black or, and I'm keeping that.
Really thought I made that up. So, I've been seeing that in my head for like some days now. Well, this happened way back when. But I always thought I made that up. I didn't think it went like that. I always thought like, digging up in my booty was like fake. Like I made that up myself. And then one day I heard her saying it. I was like, that's where I got it from.
I got that from Michael Jackson. Well, he don't say that. Thinking about my baby. It don't matter if you're black or white.
So where you get booty from? Digging up in my booty.
Because you know how like you be in church when you got a wedgie. TMI, but like doink. Home Alone when he does that little staple on his butt. But back to the story. So guys just kept coming up to me, kept coming up to me, kept coming up to me, and they was ignoring her. Mind you, I hate when people say mind you, but mind you, she only had on a swimsuit top. That was it. It was like the kind that go around the back, and then it tie around the neck, and then she had on some shorts, and it was open so you could see that it matched. And the last guy, I guess he must have ticked her off. She was like, man, y'all MFs keep coming up to my friend. I'm supposed to be out here celebrating with her, and y'all just all up in her face, like, give us some space. Like, she was just going off on these people. And then this one guy was like, B-word, who are you? Like, they were just going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And I'm like, I'm gonna call her S. I'm like, S, calm down. Like, it's not that serious. Like, it was almost like she was mad that I was getting the attention that she wanted. Like, perception is everything. If you're gonna be out here like that, be prepared. Be prepared. So she's sitting there going back and forth with the dude, and then now the bartenders and everybody looking. They stop the music and they just trying to figure out what is going on. So, this was so embarrassing because a daycare teacher came up in there that I knew.
What?
I know. It was so embarrassing.
Really?
Yeah, that was so embarrassing.
Wow.
That was so embarrassing. She was like, hey, Bree. I was like, hey. And then she's just sitting there going off. And then they get into it. She's like, well, I go get my MFing brother. Da-da-da-da-da. And dude was like, go get your brother. And then I'm like, look, S, we gotta go. I'm pushing her all out the bar. Like, we dang near about to get kicked out because you disturbing the peace. Like, you mad at an uncontrollable situation. I can't help how I look. You can't help how we look. We just need to embrace the moment and just try to have fun. But it didn't go that way. So I'm pushing her out the door. And dude follow us. I knew him, but not well enough to be like, hey. I'm just like, can you just please ignore her? Look, I'm trying to be the voice of reason. Like, can you just please ignore her? Like, she don't mean it. She's intoxicated right now. Like, this is not how it's supposed to be right now. He was like, no, F that. Go get your brother. Go get your brother. I'm like, no, she's not going to get anybody. I drove. I'm like, no, I'm taking her back to her car and she's going home. She doesn't even live over here. Like, just ignore her. He's like, no, F that. He was like, yeah, I'm about to call my brother right now. He on the phone right now. He took out his weapon, shot it up, boop, 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 boop. You know, bullets ain't got no neck, so I'm like, and I'm pushing her down the block. So he's behind me. And my car is like parked over here. I'm pushing her. Well, he's behind me, and I'm pushing her down the block. He behind us at this point. That bullet, he shot one more time, and that shit went like right past my head. I was just like, I rode home in silence. I could have left her, but that's not the type of person I am. I'm not gonna leave you. We came together, we leave together, because the blood would have been on my hands. And so we came together, we left together, and I took her back to because her car was parked in my house. I took her back to my house where she got in her car and she went home, and I never spoke to her after that because B-word, you almost got us both killed. And that bullet was like, I could hear it. It was like so close. You could feel the wind. That would have been a headshot. And people reach out to me like, S been posting you on Facebook. I don't have Facebook. Like, S been like, oh my gosh, she missed you. How you miss me? Like, you don't remember all that? You put me in a situation I almost didn't walk away from because you were mad because I was getting the attention that you craved. I don't crave attention. When I go out, I like to be low key. I wear a hat. As you can see now, I wear a hat. I don't like making eye contact with people. I'm just sitting here like listening to her talk like the whole time, like. And then when we get outside, I'm pushing her down. And then she was like we was riding home inside, well, ride to our house in silence. And I just didn't have the music on. She was like, dang, Brianna, you so strong. Like, you was just pushing my, I didn't say, you know how Goofy was in the car, like,
How about a song, Dad? A game? A game, yeah. Yeah, a game, okay.
Max was talking to her. I didn't say nothing because what do I say at this point? I want to make sure you get back to your car safe, but after that, it's out of my hands. I wash my hands with that girl. This is why I don't have female friends, because they will set you up and then they'll just act like nothing happened. We can't go skip it to my darling after this. There's no more conversation. There's nothing else that needs to be said. I remember people reaching out to me. I think I might include these screenshots, but people reaching out to me like, quit lying, y'all are friends. No, we're not. After you almost got my life ended, I wouldn't be here to tell this tale today. I'll never forget. I've never been that close to death. Well, besides pregnancy, like when that's another story. But I never been that close to death outside of pregnancy in my life. Well, outside of giving birth in my life, ever.
Giving birth?
Mm-hmm. That's another story. That's what I was gonna say. That's another story. But I never been that close to death, and for you to just act oblivious, I should have cut her off like a period of time ago before that. But you know, I'm nice. I'm too forgiving. And then when I act like a B word, that's when people are like, "Oh, you mean you gotta attitude?" I know you didn't poke the bear this whole time. Like you didn't push me.
Like just imagine a bear that says, "Don't poke the bear," and you poke it. You keep poking it.
Keep poking it.
It's gonna keep
poking it until I get peed off.
And it's eventually gonna come alive and come after you.
Baby, it's because he's like, I'm pissed to the highest level of festivity.
I have had it. I am pissed off to the highest level of festivity.
And that's how I was. The heck? Like, I'm telling you, having all sisters that taught me that I couldn't trust females. Like, my sisters was my first enemies growing up. So I just knew that I shouldn't get close to people that didn't mean me no good.
That's a great what is it called? A quote.
For real, I always say that my sisters were my first enemies. Like, when you got sisters like that, you don't need friends. They gonna do you twice as dirty. Like, for real. That's why I'm a loner and I like being on myself. Like,
that's another reason why I'm kind of scared to have a brother or sister.
I wouldn't raise y'all like that, because I would teach you guys like values and like just knowing that y'all supposed to have each other back. Y'all supposed to be thick as thieves.
What does that mean?
Y'all in it together, like close as your fingers. Like my right hand on the left hand, my left hand on the right hand. Like we married. Like
I mean, basically they are married. I mean, when they wear rings,
the left hand should always know what the right hand thing. And like, you know how like how close we are, and we can finish each other's sentences.
Yeah, we laugh the same.
Yeah, that's how siblings supposed to be. Y'all supposed to be here, stuck like glue.
I like that. Oh, we are kind of like that.
Yeah, that's how siblings are supposed to be. Y'all supposed to have each other back no matter what, thick and thin. Like, you can't even depend. Sorry, but you can't even depend on siblings. Like,
it's just crazy. Like, if you can't trust your own siblings, who can you trust?
Exactly, I'm telling you.
Because you just like I mean, y'all was born together. I mean, not born together, but y'all was like, y'all kids. Like, you know, like, your sisters or your brothers will be your first friends because those are the first people you know.
They were your first friends until they turned into your first enemies. For real. Like, jealousy.
They are first friends until kindergarten.
Exactly. Like, they taught me that I couldn't trust women, and I don't now. That's why I don't have any friends. Like, I don't want to get too close to somebody where I want to chop your head off. Not yours, but but it's just sad that you just can't trust people these days. Like Whitney Houston said, I'd rather be alone than unhappy.
I want to sing that.
Oh, we should do karaoke. Oh, dang, you can't because copyright.
Yeah, that's what I want to sing that.
But that was all for this video. These tacos was amazing. I'm going to eat this off camera. I'm going to actually devour it. And I thank you guys for tuning in. And maybe if this video goes well, I'll do more story times because I'm telling you, I got stories to tell, honey. From hey ho.
I'm just going to be here to listen.
Well, you know most of them.
Well,
That's sad that I tell her anything before I tell family. I don't even tell them that stuff.
Because they not really trusting.
I know. You
That's
tell somebody.
sad.
They play the game with telephone. You tell somebody one thing, oh, they be like, don't say no.
Telephone, yeah. Like, you be like, oh, cat plus dog equals something.
And then by the time we get to the in person, they done added like X, Y, Z. Like, why?
Like
nobody
chicken
even.
pig.
And I just want to uppercut somebody.
Like, who gave the wrong information in this circle?
Exactly. It was 2 words and you made it 8. Uppercut the butt. The cat and dog ran around the house and now it's in the basement. Y'all done made up.
In the basement?
Made up so much stuff.
The cat and dog ran in the outside. And then when it comes back around, the cat and dog ran outside, in the house, upstairs, in the room, lay down, got back up, and chased each other.
Because at this point, I'm going to count like 4 people back. Why you lying? You know the person who made it up when they whispered a little too long?
Yeah! It should only take like 4 seconds, not 8.
You over there whispering, spitting.
Spitting all in the ear. Be all wet.
Say it, don't spray it.
So then you do it again, you just watch you take the longest. And then when you get around, it'd be the same thing. Like that you started with, you'd be like, oh, okay.
You'd be like, so you was lying. So you made that.
Look how you got squeaky. So
Your background ain't squeaky clean. Okay, I'm sorry.
squeaky clean.
But I'm in a case, as you can see, this is why I don't talk because it's a whole nother side of me. But that was all for this video, and thank you guys for sticking around. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe, and we shall see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.
Bye.
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 Bye.